Okay, what is up, guys? It is about a week later, and we have finally gotten the gasket kits from Rock Auto. Ordered these about 2.5 weeks ago. So it's a full cylinder head rebuild gasket kit, intake manifold, exhaust manifold, head gasket, spark plug, pole O-rings, cam gear O-rings, seals, the Rhinzo seal, which is an anaerobic sealant for the valve cover. We got all the valve seals, which is pretty much what I was waiting on to reassemble the head. So got all new of those. We do have our head bolts from L-Ring. So new ones there. I ran to Advanced Auto or AutoZone and got gasket maker material. For the vacuum pump gasket here, I ordered this one. This is a metal gasket, which was leaking. And this is, they wanted like 20 bucks for this paper gasket, which I think I can make out of that material over there. So I'm gonna experiment with that. Try that. If not, it's easy to change. Injector O-rings, VVTi solenoid O-rings. So yeah, I picked up a set of tweezers to put the keepers back in. It's gonna be the hardest part. And we cleaned the head one more time, just with Dawn dish soap and my pressure washer, just to make sure we got all the valve grinding compound out of the seats. They look really clean. We went through with a brush, engine brush set, and went through every oil galley hole here. I mean, we went through every one with an array of brushes. We cleaned everything super good. So there was no residue of Scotch-Brite material or valve grinding compound. We definitely don't want any of that debris contaminated in the cylinder head. I'm gonna take this thing inside, actually, and get it up to room temperature. I blew all the holes out with compressed air to get all the water out of it. But we are going to put the valve seals in tonight and hopefully vacuum test the valves to see if they do create a good seal. I'm going to bring this thing inside, get it to room temperature, and start reassembling the thing. Basically, I went through. Here's how she sits now. I wound up taking the whole front clip off because I needed to replace the radiator because the radiator was leaking. And while I was waiting for the gaskets, I said I might as well do it now. I thought you could replace the radiator without removing the front clip, but as I got to working, and it was just pretty much a pain. I had the radiator sitting around, so I was like, you know, I might as well do this now. I'm gonna have to anyway. So I pulled off the entire front clip. Really wasn't bad. I got it moved up out of the way. There was a ton of leaves and debris and dirt kind of that fell off, so I got everything cleaned up. But when I took the front clip off, all of the fins on the condenser just started falling out. Like literally you can see through this thing now. I ordered a new condenser, like 70 bucks. It'll be here tomorrow. And I can reassemble everything. The intercooler looks good still. The radiator's upstairs out of the way so it doesn't get damaged. Along with the bumper and the front clip. But this way too, I can reassemble everything. I can work right here. Everything's super accessible. I did go through and rewrap the entire 90, probably 75% of the wiring harness is now rewrapped. I did use electrical tape. I know they make some stuff called Tessa tape, which is really designed for wiring harnesses, but I did buy the good 3M electrical tape. So it should hold up pretty good. I mean, it looks really good. Like the plastic sheathing was just falling off everywhere. So really good. I got everything ran back to where it should go. It looks really good. I mean, this stuff was really cracked really bad before. I rewrapped this whole bottom section all the way over here. This whole piece. The coil pack harness, that was super brittle. Hopefully it holds up over time. I wound up breaking a vacuum line when I was taking everything apart. It goes right here. I don't know how that happened, but it was super brittle. So I have to run to the junkyard and get one of those. This is like 80 bucks brand new from Volvo. So we'll just go to the pick and pull and get one of those. Okay, so we're back. It's the next day. We made a pretty big mistake. I put all of the valve seals in, and then I realized the spring perches needed to go first because the seals do not fit over them. So went on Amazon, I just ordered the valve seal puller tool because I didn't want to damage them. It was like $6 came the next day. So now I got to go back through, take all the seals out, put the perches in, put the seals back in, and then we can start reinstalling them. Okay, so took a cutting board from the kitchen here. I'm gonna make my own vacuum tester to test the valves. I have this brake bleeder. Gonna use some spray foam. It's kind of by the heater, warming up. Along with this rubber pad, I'm gonna stick it here. 3/4 by 1/4 inch barb fitting. I'm just gonna cut it out and then tap it with some thread sealant and thread it in there. Put the hose over that so I can pull a vacuum. So let's go cut this out with the grinder and put this back in the drawer before Cassie notices. I got Cassie behind the camera. Show yourself. Show yourself. It's 9 o'clock at night. We're in the dining room. It's like 10 degrees out. It's cold. Thursday night. But anyway, we got one left. All right, come over here. Show them the bottom side. We got one left. All the valves are in. Show them underneath here. Underneath. Okay, they're all in. We got one left. Cylinder 1. The box is empty. I'm gonna wipe off the valve. Show you how to use this tool. I broke down, ordered it on Amazon last night. It was here in less than 24 hours. All right, I'm gonna put the spring on. It goes this way, fat side towards the bottom. All this took me maybe combined 40 minutes for all of them. So. All right, I'm gonna put the retainer in. Gonna get it lined up, get a shot in over here. Kind of get in over here. I'm gonna start to screw it down. Get a close up in here. Kind of what I'm doing here. Can you see down in there? You can see. Light's good. All right, it's kind of started. I'm gonna tighten it down. We're going in. Going all the way down. Gonna take the straight, long tweezers. Okay, just like that. I'm gonna drop it in. Call it a keeper. Gotta make sure it goes the right way. Back your phone out a little bit. I'm hitting it. It's too low. God, the one popped out. Okay, so I got the ports filled up with some kerosene. These are all of the new exhaust valves, which none of them are blowing any bubbles. I had 2 intake valves that were blowing bubbles, but I got them filled up to the brim with kerosene or diesel fluid. I'm just going around the valve. No bubbles. No bubbles anywhere. No bubbles. So we're gonna go back through and take out those intake valves that were leaking, relap them, and put it back together, and that should be pretty much it.
Can I make my side softer? My side firmer? Gently, sweet, cool. Never does that. It's 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now it's our lowest price of the season on our top-selling IH smart bed. Your best savings, plus free home delivery with any base. Exclusively to Sleep Number Smart Bed. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your.
It's got like grease in it.
Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
Okay, what is up, guys? Saturday morning. Got the car up on the quick jacks. Got everything set at top dead center. Got the cylinder walls clean. Got all the heavy stuff off the top of the pistons. Wiped everything down with brake clean. We are almost ready to put the cylinder head on. I'm going to get the head bolts out, run them through the threads in the block, and wipe this down one more time, the bottom surface. Relap the valves, the 3 that were leaking last night. We got that done. Now we're pretty much gonna wipe everything down one last time, and then we're gonna put the cylinder head on and just go to work today, and hopefully this thing will get started, so stay tuned. Got some ICs all on the exhaust manifold studs, and yep, I need to pick up one from the pick and pull or advance because the threads got stripped trying on the stud, not the head. It's a M8 by 125, 40 millimeters long, and all the ones I have are too short, so I'm gonna have to go to the pick and pull and grab one, or just go to advance and get one. We got the gasket held up here with some dental floss. Saw this on a video online. Decided to try it out. Then it should just burn off with the exhaust gases, so it just kind of helps keep the gasket in place when you're kind of like sliding it on. So we'll see how that goes, and let's get this thing in the car now. All right, one last look before she goes on. Everything looks good on the intake. No debris. Everything looks good. All right, let's get this thing on. Lightly coated with some Kawasaki 10W40 oil. Wiped them off with the rag underneath the head and at the tip of the bolt. Just kind of let the rest of the oil drip off, and let's get this thing on. Wipe it off good. Get the head gasket. Wipe the tops. All Gave it one last wipe down with the rag. Okay. Everything sits flush. Looks good. Okay, harness out of the way. I'm wondering if we should put... All right, she's on. All right. Make sure the harness is free and clear. Okay. This hose, I do not know how this goes. I don't even know where that hose goes. I think it actually goes over here. All right, I'm gonna run these down by hand and then we will torque them down. All right, got my torque wrench. Shout out to John. Already went and did 20 Newton meters. Now we're gonna do 60 Newton meters. All right, it's nice and steady. All right. 60 Newton meters, nice and steady. $60. 2.
Robe.
It's okay. Okay.
Ready?
Cassie, torquing her cylinder head bolts down. Hold on, no. Go ahead. Go ahead. You're good. You're good.
Pulling it.
Keep going. Keep going. A little bit more. A little bit more. Right there. Good. Good.
Do I let go?
Yeah. Yeah, let me see. Whoa. Okay, good. That's it. All right. All right, so basically I broke this down into two 65-degree turns. This is kind of scary. I got the OEM torque specs up here in the order. We're gonna start over here at 1. again. And hopefully these don't break off. So wish me luck. This is the final torque. And I hope to God this is pretty uneventful. Shout out John for letting me use his nice Quinn digital torque wrench. Okay. 2 down. None have broke yet, so that's good. All right. 4. So it looks like it's about 122 Newton meters for the final torque. So, just for reference. Well, didn't break any off. That's solid. All right. I'm gonna go get something to eat, and we will pick this back up after lunch. All right, we're back. Next morning, Sunday morning, early. We were up late till about midnight last night, getting everything buttoned up, put back together. And this is where she stands now. Got everything back on. Intake, airbox, ECU, not plugged in yet. We got the intercooler on because we have the intercooler boost sensor. Coil packs are still unplugged. The whole front radiator condenser, I'm still going to leave it off. There's no coolant in it. We're just going to turn it over and hopefully it runs for just a couple seconds. And if that's all good, then we can kind of go about buttoning the front clip back up. I'm thinking about putting the serpentine belt on for the alternator. I did put a new serpentine tensioner. All right, we are ready. Everything is back on, ECU. Got off the quick jacks, wheel back on, turned it over a bunch of times, timing lines up, motor mount, serpentine belts on, intercooler, everything's on. Fuel pump fuse is back in, so we can get pressure to the rail. Coil packs are unplugged, so it should not fire. All right, cranked it over a bunch. We got oil inside the head. I can tell it's on the lifter. Not gonna lie, a little nervous. Kind of shaken, actually. Putting these sensor plugs back in. Okay. There's that one. All right. There's this. There's Cassie.
Austin, Dad wants to tell you something.
Yeah?
Dad, you're on speaker.
Hey!
I told you the car's half in, half...
I just plugged all the sensors back in. I'm about to start it right now.
But I got something on the stove.
No, I'm just gonna run it for a couple seconds.
Yeah, I know I'm teasing you, Austin.
All right.
All right, let's just hope it turns on. It turns on!
Let's go!
He did
It worked!
It worked.
It worked!
It worked.
It worked! It's back to life! It's back!
Is it that? It works! Well, Austin?
How about that? You didn't think I could do it?
I didn't think you could do it, no.
Look at that! Let's go! Look at it! No, not a hiccup. Right away. Right away.
Wow.
Right away.
How do you feel?
So happy. So happy.
Do you feel less stressed?
So happy.
Why is
Check
that?
engine light was on, obviously.
Obviously, there's no front of the car.
To unplug, but
It turns on.
Good.
Wait, why is that drifting down there? Is that
This is just,
oh, it just
this
needs
is
to
the
be.
intercooler because this has a sensor. It needs to detect airflow from the turbo to feed it back in.
But once you put the bumper and stuff back on, it'll go back up.
Yeah, the whole thing needs to hold it up. Man. As you guys can see, the Volvo runs without a hiccup. No misfires, started right up. So I am very relieved. So next I'm just gonna go through, gonna put the radiator on, condenser, put the whole front clip on, lift it back on, and we'll go for a test drive. So hopefully we can do that before it gets dark out. It's probably gonna take me some time. I got stuff upstairs, everything's scattered. So yeah, it's really only a couple bolts, but it's probably gonna take me some time. I gotta put the timing covers back on. Catch you guys once everything is buttoned back up and we'll go for a test drive. Okay, so we got everything back on, bumper, headlights, wheels, fender liners, filled it up with distilled water, ran it, and water, I started it and water was just pouring out from underneath. The thermostat housing had a crack in it. I tested it with just regular water in the sink and it's pouring out here. I did put new seals in it, but the housing is actually cracked right on the lip here. So AutoZone in Stafford had one, $100. It's a Duralast. So we're gonna throw this one in and hopefully it doesn't leak. So we'll see. All right, we're in the Volvo. It's Monday, MLK Day, Inauguration Day. Trump takes office, running some errands, running good. Show him the dash. Show him we're on the road. We're on the road, running good. Heat works. Still got to recharge the AC, but what do you think? What do you think of the car?
I think it's great.
Glad to have your car back.
Happy to have it back.
She's glad to have your car back.
I did like the Audi though.
Yeah. Alright, now show the dash here. Alright guys, so that's pretty much going to be the end of this video. I didn't film too much towards the end. I just kind of wanted to get everything back together and buttoned up kind of all in one day. Just had 3-day weekend, so I wanted to get everything done. But yeah, hopefully she's good for another 200,000 miles. If you guys like the video, drop a comment down below, and we'll see you guys on the next one.